Every gardener knows the heartbreak of walking out to admire their plants only to find holes in the leaves, chewed stems, or stunted growth. What's worse is that some of the most destructive pests aren't always obvious at first glance. They creep in quietly, cause damage overnight, and before you realize it, your once thriving plants are under attack. Today we're exposing 7 of the sneakiest garden pests that might be in your beds right now, and I'll share the most effective ways to stop them before they ruin your harvest. Aphids may look tiny, but their armies devastate plants. Aphids are small, soft-bodied insects that gather in clusters on stems and the undersides of leaves. They suck sap from plants, weakening them and leaving behind a sticky residue that encourages mold growth. Because they multiply so quickly, an infestation can spiral out of control in days. The best fix is to introduce natural predators like ladybugs or spray plants with a gentle neem oil solution. Consistency is key, because aphids return if not managed early. If you wake up to shredded lettuce or missing seedlings, slugs and snails are likely the culprits. These slimy pests feed under cover of darkness, leaving behind telltale silvery trails. They thrive in damp, shady conditions and target tender young plants. One of the fastest fixes is to use crushed eggshells, diatomaceous earth, or copper barriers to keep them out of your beds. Hand-picking them at dusk or dawn also works if you stay consistent. Spider mites weaken plants with invisible damage. Spider mites are so tiny that many gardeners don't notice them until their plants are already suffering. These pests hide on the undersides of leaves, sucking out cell contents and causing speckled yellowing. Severe infestations may even leave fine webbing. Because they thrive in hot, dry conditions, one of the best defenses is keeping plants regularly misted and dust-free. Insecticidal soap can control them quickly once they appear. Whiteflies drain strength and spread disease. Whiteflies are another sap-sucking pest that swarm when disturbed, often looking like tiny clouds rising from your plants. They weaken plants by stealing nutrients and can transmit viral diseases. Sticky yellow traps are a fast way to detect and reduce their numbers, while neem oil sprays help break their life cycle. Companion planting with marigolds or nasturtiums also helps repel them naturally. Cutworms attack at the soil line. Few things are more frustrating than finding a perfectly healthy seedling cut cleanly at the base. That's the work of cutworms, which hide in the soil during the day and chew through stems at night. They often target new transplants and can wipe out rows of crops quickly. Placing collars made of cardboard or plastic around the base of seedlings is one of the simplest defenses. Keeping beds free of weeds and debris also removes their hiding spots. Cabbage worms chew through brassicas fast. If your kale, broccoli, or cabbage leaves have ragged holes, cabbage worms are the likely culprits. These green caterpillars blend in so well they're easy to miss, but they can strip leaves down to nothing in just a few days. Hand-picking is very effective, but you can also use floating row covers to keep the moths from laying eggs in the first place. Adding herbs like dill or thyme nearby can attract beneficial insects that feed on these caterpillars. Thrips cause distortion and discoloration. Thrips are slender insects that feed by scraping and sucking plant tissue. The damage often looks like silvery streaks, spots, or curled leaves. Because they reproduce rapidly, they can cause long-term stunting of plants if left unchecked. Blue sticky traps help monitor and reduce their numbers, while neem or spinosad sprays are effective for larger infestations. Keeping weeds down and rotating crops also helps break their cycle. Staying ahead of sneaky pests keeps your garden thriving. The truth is that pests will always be part of gardening, but when you know which ones to look for, you can act before the damage gets out of control. Regularly inspect your plants, especially the undersides of leaves and the soil line, because most problems start where we don't think to check. Natural controls, consistent monitoring, and a healthy ecosystem are always more effective than harsh chemicals in the long run. If this guide helped you spot or fix a pest problem, don't forget to subscribe to Botanical Bliss for more practical gardening strategies. And share this with another gardener who might be losing crops to these sneaky invaders, because the sooner you act, the more harvest you'll save.